Comet got a new home. Actually, 3.5 years ago when I bought Comet, and the fella that I bought him from found out that he was back up for sale, he called me and wanted Comet back. So Comet went back to his first home. Most of his lineage has since left that farm, and he has a whole new breed of sheep. Has a lot of St. Croix, but he has new heifers. Ewes. Been a long day, but anyway, he wanted Comet back, so I sent Comet back. But a couple of things happened while I was out there. I ended up with 6 new sheep. Let me show them to you. So this is my 6 new ones. Now, these are St. Croix, except for the big one right here. This is one of Comet's daughters that's 4 years old, and she's actually been bred back to a St. Croix ewe. So she's going to have babies that are half St. Croix and half pure Katahdin. And then this one here is a half Katahdin, half St. Croix, and she is not pregnant at the moment. But we're gonna put her in with a steer. But we've got them in with a ram. Man, I'll tell you what. But these beautiful young ladies are new to the farm, and they're in quarantine right now. We got a little sore foot, and so I don't want any of that around my other sheep because we've been treating that very diligently and getting rid of it. So they're in quarantine for the next 2 weeks, and we'll treat them and work them and make sure that they're not going to have any problems or issues. And as long as they're not snotting and diarrheaing and foot soring and CLE or anything like that, then we'll introduce them to the rest of the flocks. These 2 back here are going to go over to Yaga's pen, and these 4 right here are going to go in with Blackfoot. Right, girls? Alright, today's bird moving day. We're going to move a bunch of these bigger guineas and turkeys out of here. To here. New grass, new ground, new home, new everything. Hopefully we can finish them out here, and then they can start being free range. We'll get a whole new everything. Okay, so now they're all moved. It didn't take very long, but boy, they are mad. Hello, HyddenWell farmers. Out here on this beautiful August night, got me a little fire going. I like my fire, it's pretty nice. It's just peaceful to be out here. I've been so stressed at work. I was talking to Susan, she's still helping her mom quite a bit in Arkansas. And yeah, I'm holding the camera, so if it's a little wobbly, I'm sorry. I'll do my best to kind of hold it still. But you know, with the passing of her father, she's still out helping her mom. Got a lot to do, and you know, she wants to be with her mother. I think that's awesome. They've had a pretty devastating loss, and I'm feeling it. I'm gonna miss Jim Elmer. I miss him a lot. I was thinking about him all day today. So this crazy pandemic, oh my gosh, people. I thought people were crazy before. I mean, really did. I thought they were kind of 99.9% of my clients. I swear you guys are angels. I love you. You're so patient with me, and you've been so good to me. But you have the 1%. Yeah, you all need to be on Prozac all the time. Let me get my eyes just right. Oh, that's kind of cool. I got fire coming out of my eyes. Sorry, got distracted. But anyway, went out of town for a couple of days and got back, worked this week. This lady chewed my tail out because I wasn't in to see her dog. You know, like, man, let's see. I have a right to go to a funeral, do I not? She's like, oh, I'm so sorry for your loss, but my dog has been sick for 2 weeks. It's like, it's only gone for 4 days. Oh, well, you're not here to hear me complain, and I'm not. Take it all in stride. Just drink some more water and carry on, do the best you can. But, oh, my goodness. Somebody asked me, she said, what's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you at the clinic? Well, I'm glad you asked, because the craziest thing that ever happened in my clinic, by far, has to be this older lady, and I do not remember her name. I don't remember her name. She was a sweet old cuss, but I don't remember her name. But she come in the clinic one day, and she didn't have a pet with her. She just wanted to be seen. And this is a true story, and Miss Lori Harp can back it up because she was quite involved in this. So they put her in a room because she needed to talk to me. It was an emergency, and so I'm in the back. I can't remember. I was busy working on a dog, but I dropped what I was doing, had everything settled enough. I opened the door up. God love her heart. There's this 70-plus-year-old lady, stark naked, in my exam room. I mean, she was, no socks, no nothing, naked. And there's just this shock, for a moment. There's this elderly, naked woman in my veterinary clinic in one of my rooms, So I just stopped and stared, and I said, ma'am, you have got to put your clothes back on. And I started to close the door, and she grabbed her belly fat, and she said, but I want you to look at all these bumps. I think I got scabies. I just closed the door, and I yelled through the door, put your clothes on. Lori come walking through. She says, what's going on? I said, I ain't going back in that room. I ain't going back in there. There's a naked woman in that room. Lori says, I ain't going in there. I was like, yes, you are. I'm not going in there. But I don't. So go in there and handle it. So she went in there, and by the time she went in there, she said, ma'am, you'll have to put your clothes on. I could hear her having a conversation through the door and all that kind of stuff. And finally, Lori comes back out. She's clothed. I said, well, I ain't going back in there alone. She turned around, put her head down. We went back in the room. I got to talk to this poor lady about scabies in her cats and in her dogs and in people. And she did have a very bad scabies infection that she caught from being in the hospital. It was human scabies. It was not dog or cat scabies. It wasn't. It was, she's eat up it, bless her heart. So I ushered her up front and told her that there were no veterinary products that she could get to treat her scabies, that she needed to go back to the doctor, which she was cussing that poor doctor up and down, going on and on about it. She's up front, and this poor fella, I don't know if he was part of the police department or what, but he walked in the door, and she took all her clothes off in my front lobby. She didn't have any underwear. She just had a sundress on and stuff. And she just stripped down and started showing him all of her scabies bites. Can't make this stuff up. And so, ladies, I hear them up there making a commotion, and it's getting louder and louder and louder. And I finally went up there, and I said, if you don't put your clothes on, I'm calling the police. And the guy says, yeah, I think we ought to get some the sheriff out here. She quickly put her clothes back on and she left. Now, I don't know if she ever got help or anything of that nature. And God love her heart, I did try to help her best I can. But if you ever go to the veterinarian's office, okay, it doesn't help to get naked in the exam room, because it's not going to help you. So that is the advice from HyddenWell Farms. God bless you from this beautiful August night here in... Hello, guineas. Hello, turkeys. Y'all liking your new place? Huh? Let me feel your feet are up. These are a bunch of my free-range turkeys that we raised. Remember I showed you their pictures in the barn when they were babies and hatchlings? I think they are just gorgeous. I was just going to tell you straight up, between the free-range guineas and all of the turkeys, as long as I stay up here on the main part of the farm, I ain't had a tick on me.